Good morning, everybody. How are you? Are you good? So my name is Karen Drucker. I'm here to sing for you this morning with this fabulous band. Can we hear it for this band? They spoil me. What do I want my day to be? It's up to me to choose. And what do I want to feel today? I choose. And what do I want to say today? I choose. It's up to me to choose. I choose. I choose. So that's all I have to say today. Thanks so much for coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so it's up to us to choose, right? Every morning. How's your day going to be? So you're not supposed to sing, but I want you to sing in your heads, okay? So it goes like this. Today I choose to be grateful, so grateful today. I choose to be grateful, grateful. How about happy today? I choose to be happy, so happy today. Right here, right now, I choose to be happy, happy. What about peaceful? Today, I choose to be peaceful, so peaceful today. I choose to be peaceful, peaceful. 'Cause see, whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. Claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Today I choose to be loving, so loving today. I choose to be loving, loving, joyful today. I choose to be joyful, so joyful today. I choose to be joyful, joyful. Then you think about what word you want. Today, I choose. What's your word for today? To be. Put it in that spot. Today, I choose. What's your word? It can be present, happy, abundant. Today, I choose to be creative, loving, present. Today, I choose to be. There we go. Because whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. Claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. You know it's all up to me. Today, I choose to be thankful, so thankful today. I choose to be thankful. Let's go back to grateful last time. Today, I choose to be grateful, so great. Are you feeling grateful today? I choose 3 times to be grateful, grateful. I'm gonna be grateful, grateful each day. I say grateful, grateful. Here we go. I'm gonna be grateful, grateful. Oh, yes. Thank you, thank you. So here's what I want you to know. When you walk in these doors, you are welcome here. You are welcome. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Yes, you are welcome here. Do you know that? That you are welcome here. Everyone, doesn't matter who you are, what color, what sexual orientation, anything. So it goes like this. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. I want you to feel that in your heart. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. And our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever you're going, wherever you're from, you know what? You are home. Here we go. Bring it up a little bit. You are welcome here. 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 Whatever you've been through, you found us somehow. Wherever you are on your journey now, you've come home. Here we go. You are welcome here. 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 Now, we're not supposed to sing, but we can sing through our eyes. So put your hands out like this and look around the room. You are welcome. Just show me with your hands. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Let them know you are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome. Let's go up, wait. We are welcome here. We all are welcome here. We are welcome. Everybody's welcome. Welcome here. We all are welcome here. We are welcome. Now put your hands over your heart. Say it to yourself. I am welcome here. I am welcome. I've come home right now. I am welcome here. Give that to yourself. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome. Sing that one more time now. I am welcome. Everybody is welcome here. This is your center. This is a place of where your tribe is. I am welcome here. I am so welcome here. Here we go. I am welcome right here at Center for Spiritual Living, Santa Rosa. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you, Karen Drucker and the amazing band. You are welcome here to the Center for Spiritual Living, Santa Rosa. My name is Julie Burns. I'm a former board member, and I'm so glad to be with you today. If you are joining us for the first time, we would like to extend a special welcome to you. And thank you also to our Livestream viewers. Wherever you are viewing us from, you are also welcome here. Please keep in mind that you can always see what's going on here at our website, www.cslsr.org. You will also find our Sunday bulletin by clicking on the Sunday links on our homepage that contains everything throughout the month at our center. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Santa Rosa, we are motivated by a vision of a healthy, loving, peaceful world. It is known as the Global Vision and calls us to imagine a world that works for everyone. We see a world in which every person lives in alignment with their highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with the divine and connection with one another. A world in which individually and collectively we are called to a higher state of consciousness and action. We follow this vision through the 5 core spiritual practices of our teaching. Spiritual study, which expands understanding through reading, learning, investigation, and honest self-reflection. Affirmative prayer, where we use the power of our word and consciousness to connect creatively with the divine. Meditation in all its forms, which increases awareness and experience of the divine presence through contemplation, concentration, and focus. Selfless service, the spiritual practice of serving others without expectation of a reward or a specific result. And spiritual circulation, which opens us and our community to the flow of life through balanced giving, receiving, asking, forgiving, and gratitude. Speaking of spiritual circulation, did you know that there are several ways you can contribute financial support to our center? You can give online on our website, you can mail us a check, And now you can text your donation to 707-675-2399 by texting the dollar amount you would like to give to that number. If it's your first time, you will receive a text with a web link that will walk you through setting up your payment. After that, every subsequent dollar amount texted will be automatically donated. And of course, there will be baskets at the exits after our service today. Our organization is completely supported by your donations, by our community, and we are so grateful for you. And now I have a special announcement. At our center, we like to show our love and appreciation for one another through the gift of flowers. Our beautiful flowers here today are in memory of Lawrence Anderson, who would have been 83 on April 13th. They are from Susan, John, and Lauren. I know that somewhere between the music, meditation, prayer, practices, and message is exactly what you need to experience the next step of your spiritual unfoldment. You are welcome here. And now, please join me in a short time of contemplation before our prayer.
There is only one life, and that life is here right now. It is known by many names: Spirit, God, Allah, Ma. But by whatever name it goes by, it is simply divine energy in, as, through, and surrounding all. It is that universal consciousness of love that infuses divine wisdom and intelligence. It is that spacious wholeness that holds and enfolds. It is a pattern of wholeness and completeness and perfection, no matter how it looks. And it is life incessantly flowing. As I unite with that divine energy, I speak the same for every single person in this sanctuary and beyond. Each of us, graced by that Spirit, by God, has been given all of the qualities it is. And as we walk through our day, Spirit through us, we show the world what Spirit is as individuated expressions. I know for this service, peace and inspiration. I accept for this service a realization of creativity, divine creativity, which along with balance and beauty and love and serenity and harmony make us who we are and how we act. And I am certain that in this time, a deeper awareness will be brought forward by the prayer, by the message, through the music, as we each know and we each hear the truth of who we are, the one with the one. I give great thanks for this time, and I simply release this word into the law of action as answered. And together we say, and so it is. Good morning. This is the first Sunday I've been on platform in 2 years, and it's wonderful to see people's eyes and smiles. It's wonderful. My name is Peggy Weber. I'm a practitioner here at the center. And would you hold in your heart the affirmation that I'm going to be reading? I am an open channel for inspiration and peace.
Good morning. Well, I am an open channel for inspiration and peace, only when I tell my inner critic to back off. So today we're going to be talking about creativity. He's got a wonderful talk for you. But you know, the main thing, when I was trying to figure out what song to do today, when I look at creativity, it's this affirmation that I wrote to myself years ago that just says this: I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Isn't that great? I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to... Let me sing it again. Get it in your head now. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I... Sing it one more time now. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Now let's go to the verse. It started in 3rd grade. The teacher said, let's sing and have some fun. So I let it rip and I let it wail. And she said, Karen, why don't you just hum? So for many years I squished my voice, thinking I was wrong. Till then one day I learned the truth. And now I'm singing this song that says, I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Now I'm standing in front of the mirror, obsessing about my belly fat and my thighs, my butt wrinkles round my eyes. Who could live with judgments like that? The media tells me daily I should be young, tall, tan, and thin. But the truth is, when I accept myself, that's when I win. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Every day I say, I don't have to be perfect. Doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Because you know what? Perfection's an illusion. I won't give my power away. I can lighten up, let it go, know that I'm okay. I'm gonna blow. And it matches my outfit. All right, you top that, Sky. Go ahead, go ahead. I don't really care what people say. If people think I'm not perfect, well, I just bless them on their way. Life's too short to be judgmental. Take a break and have a good time. If you're struggling with this issue, well, then raise your voice with mine. Just raise your voice with mine and say, I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Every day I say I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. Give myself permission to be just who I am now. I don't have to be, no way, I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. I don't have to be perfect, doing the best I can. So here's the deal. And next time your inner critic comes up, you say, I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Sing it one more time. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Cha-cha-cha. Oh, yeah. Let's hear it for this band, please. Good job, y'all.
Karen Drucker, y'all. And Sky Nelson with a beautiful piano solo. So, speaking of Karen Drucker, if you didn't know, she has a concert tonight. And if you love her as much as we love her, then you can check that out, because it's not just Karen Drucker, it's also Gary Lynn Floyd. And they're doing a concert in dedication to peace tonight. And it's all live online, so you can do it wherever you are, as long as you have an internet connection, and you can find that out on karendrucker.com. So please check that out. And as usual, we have Karen CDs and all that good stuff in our bookstore. So welcome. And it's okay if you're not perfect today, if you didn't get that message. I'm telling that to myself, too. And for a very good reason, but I wanted to start us off because we are in our month of creativity. Dr. Edward kicked us off last week with his talk about how creativity works and the fact that creativity is always happening, whether or not we are choosing to participate with it. It's still here, it's still creating. It's a force of life, it's a force of nature. And he talked about the power of our imagination. So I thought we would start off today by using our imagination. So I'm going to invite you to go ahead and close your eyes if that feels okay. And in your mind's eye, I invite you to imagine that you are riding in a canoe on a gentle river. It's flowing along beautifully. But you notice, for some reason, even though the river is flowing, you are not flowing with it. In fact, you seem to notice that you're not really going anywhere at all. But there's a part of you that knows along this river there is joy and there is happiness and there is so much creativity to be had. So take this moment to wonder, why don't I seem to be flowing along with this beautiful river? And as you ask yourself that question, you notice that it's actually not you who's rowing the boat. In fact, you see that the oars are being rowed by this hairy, gray, smelly donkey. And you see him diligently rowing against the flow of the river, and boy, does this donkey know how to row. And you come to realize that he might be the reason that you're not going anywhere. So go ahead and come back to the room. Trust me, the donkey will still be there. We're going to deal with him in a second. And go ahead and open your eyes. And if you haven't figured it out already, this river represents the creative flow of your life, that inherent creativity that is always creating. So, do y'all have your journals? Yes? Yes? Cool. All right, good. We love that. So, under April 10th, today, Dance with the Donkey. Today's speaker is Russ, that's me. And my notes on today's talk, there is a question that I would like you to write down. What was your reaction to that donkey when you saw it rowing against the flow of your life? No judgment, just simply observe and record what you noticed. And we'll come back to that in a bit. But first, I think we need to figure out, well, what on earth is up with this donkey? So today's talk title is Dance with the Donkey, and I gotta tell you, my own inner donkey was really struggling with this talk title. It's like, what is this talk supposed to be about? What does this even mean? I have no idea. And what I found and what I realized is that, believe it or not, that donkey is us. Or rather, it's that part of us that resists change and goes against the flow of our creativity. Some might call that donkey our inner critic. And typically, the inner critic is that voice that gets in the way, that stops us when it feels like we might be taking a risk, when we might be moving into the unknown. And it often can feel like that donkey is our enemy, can't it? I know that's true for me. But I've got a secret. I've figured out that this donkey is actually not our enemy, even though on the surface it can seem like it is. It's just that this part of us tends to do the best that it can with the information that it has. It uses the tools and techniques that it's learned through life, through being part of our life. Most of us grow up with, not the best models of how this inner critic, this inner donkey can actually operate positively in our lives. So there's an opportunity here, and that's what I found in my own life, that for me, I found that my inner donkey does not have to be like Eeyore. Yeah, y'all remember Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh? What was Eeyore's favorite mantra? Why bother? And that was my mantra for so much of my creative existence. Oh boy, I would have these creative urges like, ooh, I want to go play guitar, or go do this or do that, or, write a book, or, all kinds of fun things, all these things that come, are bubbling up in this river of creativity. And every time that they came up would be, why bother? You're not going to be any good. And then I would hear this voice go into great detail on why I wasn't going to do any good with the creative thing that I wanted to try. It was actually rather creative in the ways that it would tell me that I shouldn't be creative. And one of the ways that came out was many years ago when I started my New Thought journey at the Bodhi Spiritual Center in Chicago. And I was invited to play guitar, electric and acoustic guitar, for the Christmas show there. And this was a huge production. Oh my word, it was a huge production. And I was so excited to play guitar, and I felt so honored. And the closer that I got to the actual gig day, the more that excitement turned into existential dread. And that was my donkey telling me, you better be perfect, or you're going to ruin Christmas. Long story short, I did not ruin Christmas, but I did ruin my experience of what Christmas could be that year, because I was so caught up in trying to be in the expression of perfection, which any of our wonderful musicians here would tell you that there is no such thing as a perfect performance, even though we hear them and we're like, wow, you are all amazing. It doesn't exist, or rather, the perfection is in the imperfection. And so after I came out of this show, trying to internalize people telling me that I did a really wonderful job, even though I had probably gone gray early in the production of it, and trying to learn all these songs, including a hair-raising performance of Ave Maria, which Ave Maria should never be a hair-raising performance. It really shouldn't, but it was for me. I learned that, I've got to find a different way of interacting with this donkey, with this inner critic. And I recognize that maybe it actually has some gifts for me. Maybe I shouldn't be ignoring it. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to punish it. Or on the flip side, allowing it to just pathologically drive my life from a place of stress and a place of perfectionism. And so I discovered that the more I was in a practice of mindfulness, the more I could turn it around, the more I could start to see the gifts that this donkey was trying to give me. In fact, I learned that The donkey is actually considered a spiritual symbol in many cultures. Certainly, it's a symbol of stubbornness, but it's also a symbol of self-awareness. I like that. It's a symbol of honesty and simplicity. I like that. It's a symbol of integrity. I really like that. It's also a symbol of work, of humility, of diligence, of courage, of truth. In fact, in the Buddhist tradition, donkeys are considered to be a sacred animal because they represent gentleness and they represent patience. And thinking back to that show at the Bodhi Spiritual Center, boy, oh boy, I could have used a little bit more gentleness and patience in how I was interacting with myself. And so I got thinking, how could I put this self-awareness, this honesty, this simplicity, this integrity to good work in my life? Well, I discovered that I needed to start to have a relationship with this donkey, and rather than avoiding it or just dreading when its voice would come out, I had to find a way to be in conversation with it. But that didn't happen overnight, and I'll tell you why. Have you ever had to tried to have a conversation with that donkey when it's on one of its rants? Yeah, I hear some chuckles because it doesn't work out so hot, does it? It's hard for that donkey to listen to us when we're not listening to it. So we can hear it out without giving it, the keys to drive the bus of our life. But first, we have to find out ways to help it to chill out a little. And I found that through mindfulness. I found that through specifically the practice of mindfulness in nature. For me, when I go into nature, I can't help but be in the practice of being rather than doing. I usually don't have cell reception when I'm out in nature, which is wonderful because it keeps me from trying to crazy make in my life and do all of the things that I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. It helps me to move from the doingness to the beingness. And in so doing, I actually give that donkey a bit of a break. And that's the point of mindfulness. The point of mindfulness is for us to simply move back into the practice of observing. And I have some photos here to help you get cued into how I find my way into mindfulness in this practice. And this first one is from Sugarloaf State Park here in Sonoma County. And when I'm on that trail, for example, I think to myself, wow, that mountain doesn't worry about whether or not it's worthy of being a mountain, does it? The trail is just happy to have feet walking upon it. It doesn't care that it has cracks in it. The grass doesn't care if it's green or if it's maybe a little parched. All of these aspects of nature, they simply grow. They're just simply being. So let's look at the next slide. And this was from Jack London State Park, which I was actually at yesterday. And here we see some, beautiful trees, some redwoods. And those trees don't wonder about, am I growing tall enough? Is my bark enough? They don't care about that. They just simply are. They just simply be. They're in that practice of the flow of their own expression of creativity. So let's look at the next slide. And here, this was at Russian Gulch State Park, a bit north. And here I look at this, I'm like, well, the sun is not worried about how bright it's shining. Those waves aren't concerned about, do I have enough of a crest of foam? Am I going fast enough or slow enough? They just simply are. They just simply be. They just simply are in that flow of creativity. So let's look at the next slide. And here we're back at Sugarloaf and on another trail. And here I look at this, I'm like, oh, there's some burnt trees. I wonder if the stuff that makes up those burnt trees worries about, do I still look good? Am I okay? And then we see that the sun is setting, and I wonder if the sun is wondering, how is that guy going to get a good photo of me setting? No, they don't care. They're in the flow of creation. And we got one more photo here. This is actually where I was sitting writing this talk yesterday at Jack London State Park. And off in the distance there, it's a little hard to see, but there's a whole field of wildflowers that are in bloom. And I look at that, I look at the California poppies that we're all seeing that are all growing on the side of the road now to brighten our days. And I think to myself, I wonder if those flowers worry if they're pink enough or if they're orange enough. I wonder if they worry about blooming, and I don't think that they do, because they're in the flow of their own creative process. They're in the practice of being rather than doing. Nature, in fact, simply is. It has always existed. It always will exist. Maybe not in this form, but I know that that creative process is always going. And that's one of the main reasons that I was called to create spirit walks here at our center, which, if you didn't know, spirit walks every month, we go for a walk in nature. That's basically what it is. And for the last couple of months, we've done that walk at Spring Lake Park here in Santa Rosa. And our last one was lovely. We had such a wonderful group, and we all got to just be together. And the next one we're going to be doing on the Cordum Trail in Sonoma Coast State Park out on the coast, which is a lovely walk. And that's my personal invitation for you. Of course, we'll have more information on that when we get closer to that date. But the reason that I created those is they are an opportunity for us to be in the practice of being, of simply witnessing the creativeness of life without trying to control it, without having to bring in any doing. It's just simply being. And so the more I practice this, the more I did this practice of mindfulness, and I do it in nature because it really speaks to me, the more I noticed that I was able to give my donkey a break. Did you know that that voice in your head that is chattering actually appreciates when you really give it a break, when you give it a vacation, time off? Who knew? And so when I found through this practice is that the practice of simply being is something where we can bring our inner critic as well. We can bring that donkey with us. And as I mentioned, it makes it a lot easier to have those conversations then, because rather than hearing the constant chatter, because let me tell you, when you ignore your inner critic, it doesn't stop trying to talk to you. It's going to try to get your attention, and usually in much louder and more annoying ways. But mindfulness lets us give that voice a rest. And so once we give it a rest, we have the opportunity to find our way into conversation with it. We can find out, what is it that our inner critic really wants? Well, the truth is that it cares a lot. It cares a lot about our well-being. Sometimes it cares in ways that are very unartful, but it cares. We cannot deny the fact that it truly cares about us being the best us that we can. And when we get into relationship with it, we can then share our desires. We can talk about our creativity. And we might hear a response like the why bother to start off with, but that's where we have the opportunity to be a little bit stubborn, to be a little bit persistent ourselves, and to say, well, no, this is something I really believe in. Is there a way that I can bring this forth into life, into reality? How can you help me to bring this forth? And that allows us to treat this donkey as the spiritual being that it is, a spiritual part of us. It's an intrinsic part of who we are. It's that part that drives us towards expression and excellence. When we really honor it, when we really show it the unconditional love that we too want to experience in our lives. And so my own practice of mindfulness in nature has really allowed me to find an effortless way to ride along on this river of creativity. I've been finding myself being more creative now than I ever have been in my entire life. So When Ukraine was invaded, the old me probably would have gone into that Eeyore, why bother? What could I possibly do to help make this awful situation better? The me that stands before you now instead talked to the donkey and said, hey, donkey, what can we do to help affirm peace in the world? And so, in mindfulness, being in nature, it came to me, well, what if I did a guitar meditation? And, our program, An Instrument for Peace, was born. And you can find it at 8 p.m. every Sunday on our website and our live stream. But what I noticed is that every week when I record a new session, I actually don't have to write it or rehearse it beforehand. Sometimes I'll do a couple of takes, sure, but whatever comes out in that meditation, that is coming from the pure flow of creativity. That's something that just bubbles up, whatever it is. And it's funny, when I started this off, I'm like, oh boy, am I going to have enough material? That was my donkey, trying to be like, are you sure you're going to be able to do this? And so, I co-opted him and we went along with it, and it's been great. I've had no problem finding something to do every week, and it's been wonderful to be able to give that gift of peace in the form that it comes out of me to the world. So this mindfulness practice and this practice of being in conversation with my inner critic has really allowed me to find all kinds of ways to be in creativity, whether it's writing articles for our e-newsletter, or just this last Saturday, I helped lead our visioning for what our youth and family program is going to look like this year. And yes, there is a youth and family program, and it is happening this year, and we're visioning about what that's going to be, because we know how important it is, and we know how wonderful it is to have so many, laughing, singing, creative voices that are about yay high running around in our social hall. But it's also helped me write these Sunday talks, even helped me create a new spiritual enrichment class for our center. And so as we wind down today, my invitation is for you to write down a couple more questions in your journal for you to contemplate this week. And the first question you can write down is, what can I do to discover for myself this week my own practice of mindfulness? Maybe it's going out into nature, and I highly recommend it because nature is amazing, but maybe it's something else. And the second question that you're going to answer after you find your way into this mindfulness, just as I did, is how can I create a more positive relationship with my own donkey, with my own inner critic? And just being in the contemplation of it and see what comes up. It's probably not going to happen overnight. Like me, it took quite some time to really build a more positive relationship. But it happened, and it continues to happen. So our donkey might be stubborn, yes. But as I said, that's only because it really cares for us. It really cares about us, and because it has this sacred role to play in our lives. And I can tell you that my life has been so enriched now that I have made friends with it. I learned how to treat it with honor and respect, just as I would any deeply spiritual aspect of my own being. So as you contemplate your day today, as you have the wonderful baked goodies at our AIDS Life Cycle bake sale today, I invite you to think about, how can you learn to dance with your donkey? Yes? Okay, let's take that into some prayer, shall we? How good it is to be in the presence of the divine, to be in the presence of perfect creativity right here, right now, always. I know that that creative flow of life itself is ever the present force for good in my life, in every life, in all of reality. And so I know that I am one with it. I am one with its unconditional love, with its creativity, with its absolute perfection. And as I am one, I know each and every person here, each and every person online, each and every person indeed in our entire world, we are one with this infinite divine presence. We are one with the peace that it brings. And we are one especially with its good. And so I claim for us here and now an open-heartedness as we find our way into the experience of being. Simply allowing ourselves to be in our own individual expression of what it means to be, and to be that I am presence. I know that we are blessed in this and that it allows our creativity to flow as each of us forms a stronger, more life-affirming relationship with our own inner critic, with our own donkey. Knowing that that beautiful donkey is simply there to help carry any of our burdens with us. And so I know we are blessed, and that is good. I am grateful for this. I am grateful for all the good that is occurring here and now, and especially for that creative impulse of life itself. I am grateful. And I release this word into the law, knowing that it is done. And together we say, and so it is. Well, there you are. Hello. Thank you. So, thanks. So now is the part of our service where we get to find ourselves into a practice of gratitude, which in fact is its own way of being. So I invite you, if it feels comfortable, to go ahead and close your eyes. And imagine a time that happened, an experience in your past week that you feel so grateful for, that just fills you up with that feeling of gratitude. Whether it's big or it's small, it doesn't matter. And allow that gratitude to be planted in your heart as though it's a seed in soil. And notice how it grows and how it grows and how it grows until it moves far beyond your own body and fills up this whole room with gratitude. Let us take a deep breath, breathing in and breathing out. Go ahead and open your eyes and smile. And know that that gratitude is there for you throughout your days and weeks to come. Okay, now is the time of our service where Julie Burns gets to tell us about what on earth is going on at our center. So without further ado, Julie Burns.
Thank you, Reverend Russ, and thank you for that inspiring talk. So as Reverend Russ mentioned, we have our 2022 AIDS Life Cycle team holding a bake sale, which will still be going on when you leave the building, so please enjoy that. Each rider has to raise $3,000 to participate in the ride, so please consider supporting them by purchasing a breakfast treat or donating directly to a rider on the team. Online viewers can also support their efforts by making a donation on our website. Please be sure to indicate that you would like your donation to benefit AIDS Life Cycle. Registration is open on our website for our upcoming class, Spiritual Principles and Practices, with practitioner Lawrence Edwards. If you've ever wanted to dive a little deeper into the spiritual practices we use at the center to enhance our lives, this class is for you. Please find more details on our website. Our center, as well as our friends at the Center for Spiritual Living in Geneva, have many peace-oriented offerings to help support Ukraine. Reverend Natalie Bethinguri, spiritual leader of the center in Geneva, is holding a daily Zoom prayer call with Ukrainian members of CSL at 12 p.m. Pacific time every day. Reverend Joyce Dufala is leading a daily peace prayer at 4 p.m. Pacific time that you can join on Zoom. And finally, as Reverend Russ mentioned, he is hosting a short guitar peace meditation based on the prayer associated with St. Francis of Assisi every Sunday at 8 p.m. You can find the details for all these offerings and how to join on our website. That's it for now. Thank you so much for being here. You're all wonderful, and we love you.
Donkey didn't turn my mute off. All right, well, let's close this thing out, but before we close it out, I'd like to personally invite you to our after-service prayer. If things have been feeling challenging, or if maybe that donkey has been doing what donkeys do and you want a little help with that, check into the Zoom on our website for after-service prayer. It happens after this service. Usually for about 15, 30 minutes afterwards, but the sooner you join, the more likely you are to catch it. And you can get that link on our website under the Sunday Links link right under the banner there. So please give yourself the gift of prayer. I know for me it's really helpful when I'm in the donkey making, so to speak. You're all going to be thinking about donkeys all day, I'm telling you. And tomorrow too, yes. If it's feeling challenging, we're here to help you. We're here to help you, and our practitioners love praying with people, so please check in with that, yes? All right, so let's close this out. Go ahead and close your eyes and put your hands on your heart if that feels good, and know with me that you are never alone, that Spirit is right where you are, that you have only to look within at any moment to know that you're guided, sustained, and empowered by a presence that expresses itself as you in this world. In deepest gratitude, let us live our lives accordingly, so that in everything we do, say, and think, we honor that divine presence within. And so it is. Please enjoy the closing music by Karen Drucker and have a wonderful week. Have some bake sale goodies. You're all amazing.
Let's hear once again for Reverend Russ. Great talk today. So yes, we are all about peace, aren't we? You're doing your peace thing. I'm going to do my peace thing tonight. Join me singing about peace. For years I would talk about how I wanted to change the world, but I always left it up for someone else to do. Then I finally realized that I needed to take a stand, and that by changing my thinking, I could change my life. That's how I could change the world. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I'm taking a stand. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I stand up for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making, yeah, she's standing up for love. I can see you. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. Stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Now, let there be peace. I am standing up for peace and love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand. 3 times now we're going to go. We are making a new world now. I affirm that. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world. Right here, right now. It's Center for Spiritual Living, Santa Rosa. Now. Thank you so much for listening. Let's hear it for this band. Put your hands together for the band.